Hey everyone, I wanted to do an update for you on my diet that I've been on. This is the third video of the series. It is about Candida and gut yeast, the thrush, that kind of thing. If you haven't seen those videos, they are in the link below. Anyway, you can watch those first. But if you just want to know about the diet that I went on, it's a great diet and the link to the website is down below. I lost 15 to 20 pounds so far on the diet, and it's a diet that is kind of similar to paleo. So if you are on paleo or anything like Atkins paleo, this video will have some great tips for you on eating that way. Or if you just want to lose weight, it still is excellent. So here are a few tips. First off, on the diet that I have been on, you can have fruit, vegetables, and meat. The only meat you can't have is pork, and you can't have oranges, and you can only have brown rice, and potatoes you can have as well. So this time I just took potatoes and I sauteed them so that you could have, you know, potatoes. Another tip to have on hand a lot is homemade guacamole, or just guacamole that you buy, as long as it doesn't have all your additives, that kind of thing. And when I did the guacamole, because I can have rice cakes, they have rice cakes, brown rice cakes, at some of the specialty stores. And what I did was I made a paleo mayo, and I spread the mayo on the rice cake with some turkey, some tomatoes, and some cucumber, and you know, salt and pepper. And that is a fun trick that you can do as well. Another trick I did, I buy rotisserie chickens. Always keep a rotisserie chicken in the fridge so you can always have it to grab something from. And then I take my carcasses and any leftover veggies that I have, and I throw them in a pot and I make a stock, because a lot of your paleo recipes will have like a chicken stock. So you make your own chicken stock, because a lot of the chicken stock that I found is has a lot of additives to it and has cornstarch and that kind of thing. And if you're going completely clean and you can't have cornstarch or any starches, then it's a good way to make your own with just the leftover chickens that you buy. I always buy asparagus, yellow squash, or zucchini, and I saute it in olive oil. I slice them, saute them in olive oil, and keep those always on hand. Same thing with baby carrots if you want to steam them. Keep your vegetables always on hand. I also, to kind of make things, change things up, I take red potatoes and I cook them and saute them and keep them on hand with some rosemary and olive oil. And it keeps everything different and fresh, and you don't feel like you're depriving yourself. And just throw some meat on the grill and you can have your meat and your potatoes, and you don't feel deprived at all. Another trick that I do if I want spaghetti is I get like an organic, a really all-natural tomato sauce for spaghetti. And if they don't have that, I've made my own. You can find paleo. I found a paleo recipe for spaghetti sauce that is awesome. And you just take your zucchini and you can buy one of those veggie spiralers that you can find at, it's the As Seen on TV one. And you can, I saute my zucchini, I spiral it so it looks like and feels like and tastes like noodles, and put it in your pan with olive oil, and you just saute it till it gets all cooked. Add a little bit of garlic at the end, and then put your spaghetti sauce on top. Again, I did a fresh one, which really tasted good, and then you know exactly what is in it. Another trick that I do, if I keep the rotisserie chicken on hand, I also cook ahead of time brown rice and keep it in a container. I make some pico and keep that on hand, and then I get frozen corn and I saute it with a little bit of garlic and cilantro that I already have from the pico, and I keep that on hand. And what I do is I take some chicken off of my rotisserie chicken and I do the pico and the corn, and then sometimes if I sauteed some green peppers or red peppers, I make an actual burrito bowl or fajita bowl every day, and I just have it all in the fridge so you can just grab it. You can also put pico on your rice cakes with your, chicken and your whatever you do on the rice cakes as well. And you feel like you're having a snack. But it makes it easy for you to grab every day and have it just in there ready to go. And it's not hard to keep it. I also make mashed potatoes, and I use, the other trick that I have is when I make my mayo, your PALEO mayo, which is really clean, I split it into two. I put rosemary and some garlic and cracked pepper and all that in one. And then in another one, I'll do like some cilantro, some lime, pepper, salt in another, or make two different ones, and I have it to grab. And I use it as my butter substitutes. So, for example, in this meal, I had some mashed potatoes and corn. So I used the rosemary mayo. I kind of made it a little more runny, not so thick, but kind of a little more runny, like a runny butter. And I put that over the corn and the mashed potatoes, or any potatoes or rice or whatever you want to have. And then that makes it have all the sauce free, which is awesome. Another trick I did is I pressure cook a roast, and I keep the roast just on hand to grab. So you have your chickens and your roast or anything else that you can grab, and it's all easy. On this diet, you cannot have soy sauce. So again, on the link below, you'll have a list of foods you can have and can't have. Again, it's a lot like paleo, but you can't have any soy sauce. So there is this other kind of soy sauce that you can buy online. It is called Bragg's Liquid Aminos, and it tastes like soy sauce. So I took my brown rice that I already had cooked, a big batch in the fridge, and I took some peas and some chicken and then some egg at the end, and I made a fried rice. So if you want something that's different, that you kind of don't always have your meat, your vegetable, that kind of meal, and you want something different, it was great. So if I found that my brown rice was going bad, I would just make a fried rice out of that with the liquid aminos too, and it was great. If I had a craving for popcorn or something that I couldn't have, something salty, I would get brown rice puffs that I found at the organic store, kind of like rice cakes, but they're just the rough rice puff cereal. And I would put about 4 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan and get it hot. And then I would throw in my rice puffs and some salt and just sit there and saute them till they get brown. And you could kind of smell them get like kind of nutty and brown, not overly brown, just lightly toasted. And then I put them in a bowl, and I'd sprinkle some Cajun seasoning or something on it. You can put whatever you want. It has to be, not your additives or not anything. It has to be really organic, or some Mrs. Dash or something like that. And it gave a really good crunch like popcorn, and it made you really feel like you were having a snack. So that's another awesome trick. To me, this diet is very easy. It turned out to be a lifestyle change. I can transfer it to having like a free meal once in a while. It's easy to make it as a lifestyle change with these little tips, and you just kind of figure little things out, and it makes it so easy, and you just keep it all on hand, and it's amazing how easy it can be. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below, and I hope everybody has a lot of success. Hopefully that this helped you, and hope everybody is healthy and happy, and we will talk to you later.